There are no statues of critics. I don't really understand what about critics and why people feel necessary to log into something and post their opinion about an artist's product. I never could understand that. My answer has always been, well, where's yours? It's like, a critic, what, back in the day went up to Picasso and said, I don't like that color red you're using. I mean, it doesn't make any sense when it comes to creative products. I don't pay attention to critics. It doesn't mean anything to me. What does the product do for me? Now, I might not like something, and I might share that with my friends, or if somebody says, "What did you think?" I'll tell them. But I would never humiliate an artist in social media, or thumbs down, or didn't like, or I don't understand that, and I just don't think it's good karma. I think if you have the will and to put something out and put your name on it, my hat's off. I believe that too many people talk, not enough people do anything about it. I mean, God knows I've had my fill. I've been, I was a musician my whole life, and I didn't get into this whole filmmaking stuff very recently. I became an actor 2 years ago. I just did things. I kept putting myself out there all at once. Became a father at 50. I was at home. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I did everything I could. Stand-up comedy, did that. Anything I could do to keep home and still be creative. I put out a book. I'm not a writer, but I put out the book Roosters. It's a good story. Kind of like my guitar playing. I was never the guitar god, but I could write a song, and that's the difference. I can come up with content, and I still feel that I am. And I think that's the most important content. I put Roosters out. I got bashed. A lot of great reviews that were taken down by Amazon because they assumed that people knew it or knew me. I can never figure that one out. But the few negative ads that I had, I mean, they were unbelievable. How people would take the time and put these scathing things, how like, oh, it did, rah, rah, rah. I could never could understand. And it used to bother me. It bothered me a lot. And then I realized, okay, well, dust myself off, do something else. So I took that book, and me and my father turned it into a screenplay, and we submitted to a few things, shopped it around, and it won first place in Cannes for thriller suspense in 2017. So thank goodness I didn't listen to my critics who said it was how horrible it was, because I knew I wasn't a great writer, but I had a good story. So, ha ha ha. Now, what I've done is I've taken those critics and I've written them as characters somehow, or used their. I probably shouldn't say that because in case I get in trouble. And we'll skip that one. Have this award winning script. Well, now what do I do? Okay, well, I'll try to do this, and then it's too big. I can never afford it, so I'll just wait. Then I had a picture and a bio on a site looking for actors just in case if I ever could do the film. And lo and behold, Red Marble Media called me up, asked me to be in or to audition for one of their shows. And I didn't really, and got the part and walked right on my first acting gig as a speaking role in one of those Discovery ID reenactment shows, and that's how it started. And they've been ringing my bell ever since. The point is, I didn't go to school for it. Had, there's no training. I didn't have any. The only actual training I had is how to learn. I was taught how to play guitar. That I knew. That I was classically trained. However, but everything else that I'm doing later in life, just go for it because who cares? I mean, here I am on television now. I mean, it's no big deal, but it's better. It's better. I don't even talk about my music career. Who cares? You know, it's like talking about your high school football days. I mean, do you care? I don't care. And sure, I've been on big stages, but who cares? Don't ask me what I did. Let's talk about what I'm doing now or going to do tomorrow. That's how I live my life. And I think everyone should just stop worrying about what you don't have, or somebody criticizing you or saying this and that and the other thing. Who cares? Where's yours is your answer. Um, and then I met someone who interviewed me. Um, who happened to be another film guy, and we started talking, and I said, well, okay, we'll shoot Roosters, we'll shoot it as a pilot, we'll shoot it as a web series. Who knows? I had Sustainable Life I was screwing around with, and I said, well, why not? So we went and did it. And the handful of actors that I can gather, and the people that I've worked with over these shows for the past 2 years that I uh, have relationships with, and my friends who are talented, we put it together. And I think that is so key. It's like, just take what you learn along the way. I learned how to shoot. I learned how I watched these cinematographers with these, very expensive camera rigs, and what I would look like, on television. And then I started to learn in my head, well, what I would look like at a certain angle. So then I started to know how to be in front of the camera. And that's just doing it. Um, so again, why wait? Why take classes? Why say, well, I can't do it until I know? Do it. And that's what I did. And that's what I suggest everyone do. Um, just go for it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not I can't compete with these ridiculous film school guys. I don't have the time for it. That's why I shoot in camera black and white. Not just because I love it, because it's simple for me. I love the way it looks. It satisfies what I'm after, and it's simple for me to use. So, I mean, it's a win win situation. I throw these web series up that I'm trying to do, and maybe something will happen. That's how everything seems to have happened. And I did this. I wrote a script. We shopped it. It wins first place at Cannes. Somebody calls me up to be on television. I meet a guy that wants to shoot roosters with me. That's how life is. It's putting yourself out there, taking the chance. That's why I would never criticize anybody. Why? They're putting themselves out there. If you do something, put it out. That shows a lot of guts. A lot of people don't have the guts to just do it. Just do it. And don't worry about it. Don't worry about what camera you have, or if you have a good story to tell, tell it.